5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
Yo, what up, people?
What up?
What's poppin'? You guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show. You feel me? So, what's up? What's up, Miles? What's going on?
Chilling, man. Just working, man.
I feel you.
Always working. Like, when am I not fucking working?
I know, right? That's why you got to get rich so you can become a bum. You feel me? So you can just do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's the point, man. You know, It's crazy. So today we're gonna be talking about. Today's topic is how Donald Trump won by using game. You feel me? So we're gonna break down a lot of shit. Cause I was getting emails and shit from people. They're like, yo, talk about Donald Trump, talk about this, talk about that. So I was like, okay, we're gonna save it for the Bad Boy Show. So we can, break down the real shit. You feel me? So y'all could understand what's going on in this place. All right. So before we get into all of that, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we come back. We're gonna get into some news, and then we're gonna get into all the other stuff. So you guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
All right, we're back.
Yep.
We are back on the Bad Boy Show. Yeah, man.
A bad boy is now president.
Exactly. So this was some crazy shit happening in the news, people. Some shit going on. It's interesting stuff. You feel me?
Right.
So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Dave Chappelle being on Saturday Night Live. You feel me? That shit was crazy. I didn't even get to see the whole thing. I saw some clips online of some of the sketches and all that shit. You feel me? So it was crazy. You saw the whole thing, right, Pab? You saw the whole
I watched the whole thing. It was hot. It was hot. Like and it felt like necessary. Like I don't know, like with all the bullshit that's been happening, it's like, because ever since the Chappelle show went off,
right?
Like I've always had the feeling, like, man, like everything started happening in the news with all these killings and black people getting shot and all this nonsense going down. And I always said to myself, what would Dave Chappelle be doing on the Chappelle show if the Chappelle show was still on? And it was just like after the election and stuff, and seeing Chappelle on TV, it was just good to see. Like he did a monologue and he ended it off by saying, that as a black person, he's going to give Donald Trump a chance, and he hopes that Donald Trump gives black people a chance.
Right.
And it was just real cool the way he put it together. I mean, that's basically what he said, but he said it better than I did, of course. And then he did another skit where even Chris Rock made an appearance, right?
Right.
And basically it was him sitting in a like, not him, but like him as a black dude sitting watching the election as the elections went down.
Right. And
it was like how all of the social justice warriors is mad that Trump won, and they were saying shit like, "Oh, this is the most shameful and worst thing that America has ever done."
Right.
And Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle looked at each other and just started laughing.
Right.
It was like, if this is the most shameful and worst thing that America has ever done to the people. Like, think about slavery and think about, like, the American Indians being killed off and all that dumb shit. They dropping bombs on Hiroshima.
Exactly.
So Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle was in the skit, and they were just looking at each other. They just started laughing. Like, like, now y'all niggas know how we been feeling since the beginning.
Exactly, exactly. Now, that's the thing that's happening out here now, too, where it's like all these people who, you got, like, the gay people, women, the Muslims, the Asian people, the Mexicans, all these people, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe how like they're losing their fucking minds. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, like this shit's been happening. You understand? It's like now they understand what it feels like to be a nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Just for a little bit, just for right now, that panic, that anxiety that's setting in. You feel what I'm saying? Because before it was like, yeah, you know, I know I'm an Asian dude. I know I'm you know, Arab or Muslim or whatever, but at least I'm not a nigga. You feel what I'm saying? It was always, they had that thing. You feel what I'm saying? They had that thing there where it was like, you know, it was like, well, at least you ain't you know, a nigga. But the thing is now, what happened is that since you know, freaking, I was about to say Obama, since fucking, what's his face? Trump is now in here. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Since Trump, you know, got into office or whatever, he's not in there yet, but you know, since he's there now, all these people are panicking because now they're seeing that motherfuckers really gravitated to the shit that he was saying. You feel what I mean? And now, so they're all scared. They're like, oh my God, he said, grab us in the pussy. And they still voted for him. So now I'm scared as a woman because I feel like my rights and my safety is violated and I don't know what's going to happen to me in these streets. I'm like, well, you know, black people just want to say to all of y'all, welcome to the party. You feel me? So that's all that means. That's all that means. You know, it's crazy. Yep. It's fucking crazy, man. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we're going to talk about more of that soon in the show. You feel me? We're going to break all that shit down. But it's crazy because in other news, all there's a lot of these people out there who are actually protesting, you know, doing marches, you know, blocking traffic. They're protesting in front of Trump Towers and all this other stuff. They burning up cars in the street. Right. You know what I'm saying? And see, the thing is this, man, I feel like people got to understand something. Like the only thing that really changes anything is like money. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So if you ain't got no money to put in a brown paper bag and slide it to somebody that could do something, then all that marching and shit ain't gonna work for you. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Marching is basically the same thing as voting. It's something they give you to do so you feel like you're doing something. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, if you don't understand that, you're just wasting your time. You feel what I mean? It's just like, you gotta understand, like, we in a situation, man, where when you realize that your vote doesn't count, and you realize that, you know, like, I think what it is that most people are starting to realize that they're fucked, but people don't want to like totally admit it. They don't want to totally admit that they have no power. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what, you know, this country does. It makes you feel like you got some say, but you don't really got no say. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just, it is what it is, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. All I would say is, you know, you just got to chill, relax, and join the Bad Boy membership. That's it. That's all you got to do. Pretty much. Because everything else don't make no fucking sense. But anyway, you know what I realized? Like, I didn't vote. You understand? Right. But I just understood why I feel comfortable not voting, and it's because I can see both sides. Right. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of good things that Democrats want to do with the country, but there's also a lot of great things that Republicans want to do with the country. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. Because, like, you know, I'm a black man, so there's a lot of things where I'll agree with the Democrats. I'm a black man in America, so I'll agree with the Democrats for a lot of the shit. But I'm also a fucking entrepreneur and a businessman. So I feel like when they talk about, you know, lowering taxes and fucking allowing people to be able to do more business with less restriction, I'm with that shit too. You see what I'm saying? Right, so exactly. Being that I can see both sides, it don't make sense for a nigga like me to vote because I'm cool with whatever, because there's good and bad sides to every damn thing. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. And I'm looking. There's too much stuff going on for me to just sit here and be offended like the rest of these social justice warriors and get triggered and jump around and oh yeah, I'm voting, and if the vote doesn't go my way, I'm gonna protest it. I don't got time for that shit. I gotta make money. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. That shit. It's not enough time for me to be offended, number one, and it's not enough time for me to take time out of my day and my schedule to go fucking protest
because the government is doing some shit I don't want to do.
Right.
You understand? I've been seeing a lot of videos like this, and I'm really agreeing with a lot of these people. The main reason why, like, you know, a nigga like Trump can get elected is because there's so many crybabies in this society.
Right. Exactly. And so people tired of the damn crybabies. They're like, man, fuck all this shit, man. and that's kind of like what Trump, you know, he's on that shit where he's like, hey, you know, I'm saying what I'm saying, and that's how I feel, and fuck who don't like it, and whatever. You know what I mean? So, you know, and then we're in that society where it's like, you know, you can't say anything, or, you know, people are going to jump down your throat, and they're going to call you all this and call you all that. But, you know, it is what it is, man. It's fucking crazy, man. But we're going to get into that soon. But anyway, in other news, I thought this was hilarious. So Mal sent me this link of actor Shia LaBeouf, or LaBeouf. How the hell do you say this nigga name? I don't know. But he was on the Sway show, and he was rapping, he was freestyling and shit. And so, you know,
in the morning on Shade 45.
Right. So you can go on YouTube and Google it, you know, Shia LaBeouf freestyle, Sway in the morning, whatever, and watch the shit. But, you know, when it first starts, you're like, okay, you know, he's probably going to do some whatever. And the nigga just starts spitting heavy. I was like, stop playing. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like, nigga, when the mixtape coming out? Can I, you know what I'm saying? Like Jesus Christ. And then the thing is, dude, he does one of my favorite things where he does the I'm rich, but I dress like a bum look. I fucking love that shit. I love that shit. Like, this nigga looked like he just slept on the curb yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And this is, let me just go on a side note. This is like interesting because you notice someone like Shia LaBeouf or whatever, you know, he'll dress like he just came out the laundromat, right? But then you got these rap niggas that come on these shows. They gotta have the gold chains, the new shirt, the new fitted, all that. And I'm just like, yo, like what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, like relax with that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing with, you know, when you on that other shit where you sort of feel like you gotta prove to niggas you got money. You understand? Like, Shia LaBeouf ain't gotta prove to nobody he got money. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, y'all know I got money. Like, chill the fuck out. It don't matter.
Every last one of y'all motherfuckers watch me and Transformers. So
right, exactly.
Like, I don't gotta prove shit to none of y'all.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Every one of your bitches know that I was in one of the top grossing movies in American history. So
right.
I don't gotta do nothing.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, God damn. But then he was freestyling and he dissed Drake and Lil Yachty. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
He basically said something like, I think for the Drake diss, he said, you know, if you know, back in the day, if you didn't write your shit, you'd be dismissed. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, he let him know, like, I was like, God damn. And then he, you know, he was dissing Lil Yachty because Lil Yachty was dissing you know, all the like Biggie and Tupac and saying they suck and they're not that good or whatever.
All the old rappers and shit.
Right.
I just like the part where Sway was like, yo, all you rappers, and he was like, yeah, fuck you, like mad hard in the microphone. I was like, yeah.
That shit crazy. I'm like, yo, that should be funny to me how you got people who's not even really rappers taking rap more seriously than the fucking rappers. Like, how the fuck that go down? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, this dude was going the fuck in. I was like, yo.
Let me tell you something. Remember when we used to do hip hop and shit, right? Right. Remember when them Southern niggas first started with all that bullshit, like you know, nursery rhyme rap, and he was like one of the first people in music to start talking and saying, yo, I mean, even remember there was a time when New York rappers started getting mad at Hot 97 about how they used to promote Southern rap?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Remember, we was doing songs about that shit before they started saying that shit.
Right, exactly.
We've been telling niggas that that hip hop needed to be taken way more seriously from the beginning, because we grew up on groups like Slum Village, Little Brother, Black Star, Most Def, Solid Quality, like
Exactly.
We grew up on that, where we understood how important hip hop is to us as a culture. Right? And we saw the writings on the wall since. When the fuck did we release This Is Not My World? When did we release that shit? That was like 90.
That was like 2001, I think, or 99 or something. One of them
2001, joints. We've been fucking talking about this shit. And now you got these little young niggas talking about, oh, don't put on a old beat or I'm not rapping over it because I'm a rock star.
Right.
Little fucking nigga. If these niggas didn't fucking break the doors down for you, there would be nowhere for you to sell your shit.
Exactly.
Your fucking rhymes, nigga.
Exactly.
Like, nowhere. How you gonna front on the older niggas? Like, nobody's telling you need to like Biggie, but at least understand that these niggas paved the way for you. You
right,
what I'm
exactly.
And niggas used to tell us, niggas used to look at us and say, y'all niggas is whack and y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about, and this new shit is hot and y'all just whack, y'all just don't understand. But now you see that these little niggas is losing their fucking mind. They talking about, if y'all put on one of them old beats, I'm not rapping over it.
Right.
And y'all old niggas is whack and y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Like, you see, that's what happens when there's a lot of disrespect, man. There's a whole lot of disrespect for tradition. Like, nobody's saying that you can't take shit to the next level. But if there was no tradition, if there was nothing before you, there would be no level for you to jump off of, my nigga.
Right.
There would be no platform for you to take to the next level. So why are you disrespecting the niggas that came before you?
Right.
That shit is wrong, man.
And then you got a cat like Shia LaBeouf just comes through and just destroys shit. Like niggas should be embarrassed. Seriously. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I invite everybody to go watch that fucking clip because, like you said, he started out like, oh, he gonna sound like a whack ass white boy trying to rap. But I think he did that shit on purpose. Like, he started off, because the thing was, he kind of started off freestyling.
Right.
But then the nigga actually started spitting bars, nigga. And on top of that, he was still mixing in freestyle elements. Because remember, he was talking about Sway and the lady.
Right.
And what type of shit they was wearing and all this type of shit. Yo.
I was like,
yo. If Shia LaBeouf got bars, then I feel sorry for you mumbling ass rappers.
Exactly. Oh, man. That's crazy, man. But shout out to him though, because I like when motherfuckers really care about the shit enough to go in like that. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, niggas actually like rap. You know what I mean? So it's like he's going in like crazy. Like, oh man, and then it's funny because it's like you got motherfuckers like him who you don't expect to even need to say anything, who's saying something. That's how bad the fucking game has gotten. You feel what I'm saying? Right. That niggas that's not even really trying to do it, but got love for this shit, has to come out and be like, look, it's almost like, like when the nigga, when you chilling with a dude and he's just, or you just see him on some bullshit, and then you don't really even do the type of shit he do, but you got to pull him aside to show him, like, so that he can remember what the fuck he need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you pulling him aside to lecture him on the shit he should know that he needs to be fucking doing. You feel what I'm saying? That's what the fuck that was. You feel what I mean? Like, how the fuck a nigga outside the shit, you feel what I mean? He don't even rap, come through the rap to tell you how you supposed to be really putting these bars together. That shit is fucking crazy. I was like, man. But it was funny though, because I actually liked when they asked him, they say, yo, he said, who's your favorite rappers? That nigga said Biggie, Pac, and Missy. I said, oh shit, this nigga said Missy, son.
He said Missy. I was like, this nigga's real. This nigga's real.
Because every time when they ask you what's your favorites, they usually say Big, Pac, Jay-Z, Nas, like the usual. Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Yep. I ain't never heard a nigga say Missy. And I was like, yo, Missy. I was like, but on the real, you can't front on Missy, because when Missy came out, everybody was on that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Everybody.
Like, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. Like Missy is that shit, though. Oh, man. Like, when she came out with that I Can't Stand the Rain with the Timbaland beat, come on, son.
What?
That was the fucking joint. That was the fucking joint. Jesus. Oh, man. But anyway, so in other news, Kanye was he was hounded by the paparazzi as usual. Let me tell you something about this goddamn paparazzi. That shit is all orchestrated. Don't think Kanye just be strolling and then paparazzi sort of finds out where this nigga is. No, his publicist tells them where he's gonna be at. So don't get caught up with that bullshit. You think, nigga, yo, I have 5 sisters, right? And I hardly ever run into my 5 sisters who live in the same fucking borough as me. So how the fuck these niggas just know where Kanye's at? But anyway, so Kanye, you know, quote unquote, ran into paparazzi, and then they asked this nigga, are you running for president in 2020? Like, are you still doing it? Because remember, he was like, yo, I'm gonna run for president and shit. You feel me? So. Right. He was walking and, you know, he's just signing autographs to people, but he kept ignoring that question. So the dude kept asking him again and again and again, but Kanye just kept ignoring it. He ain't say shit. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's one of the things where he probably knew that he's not going to do it, but just had a Kanye moment and said it when he said it. You feel what I'm saying? Right, it was just like, nah, I'm not going to fuck with that. But he probably didn't say nothing because maybe he's thinking, well, maybe I might think about it and actually fucking do it. You feel what I'm saying? So he don't fucking know. Right. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, seeing what happened with Donald Trump, it's, you know, Donald Trump basically paved the way to let anybody know they could be fucking president. You feel what I'm saying? Anybody could be. Yo, that's crazy. Like, how the fuck you beat someone with like damn near, how long Hillary Clinton been in politics? You feel what I'm saying?
Yo, years, son. Years. Because her and Bill was in politics in their home state, like early on. And both of them, I think both of them got law degrees. Mm-hmm. And fucking Hillary is currently the Secretary of State. Like, she's currently she's like the 3rd or 4th in line for the offices held in the United States of America, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is crazy. And she still couldn't fucking win.
Right.
Like, Donald Trump, I don't know if Donald Trump has a fucking college degree, a bachelor of anything.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, you know, I'm like, that'll be funny though if in, you know, 2020 is Kanye West against Donald Trump. That shit would be hilarious. Oh my God, that shit would be hilarious. Oh, I would fucking, I don't know, like, I'd have to have a party for that shit. I'd fucking, you know, I'll probably vote that time. I don't know. I'm probably just because.
What the fuck is SNL gonna do if that's the case?
Exactly. Could you imagine this nigga Kanye losing the fucking election? That nigga would throw a fucking tantrum like you ain't never fucking seen. That nigga.
That nigga will punch Flynn in the face, like, seriously.
like Donald Trump is gonna win, and then Donald Trump's gonna be doing his speech. He's gonna be like, look, I'm gonna let you finish, but I would have been the greatest president of all time, nigga. Like, that's what he would have been saying. Like, oh my God.
Yo, imagine Kim Kardashian as the first lady.
That shit would be.
Man, this damn country, I swear the fuck you got. This country is, I don't know what's going on. This fucking country.
Kim Kardashian would be taking naked selfies in the Oval Office and shit. Like,
in the Oval Office, on the furniture. Like,
throwing that shit on the gram.
All over the place. She'd be fucking twerking on the Secret Service.
Hell yeah.
Yo, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. If that was to happen, TMZ would live in one of the wings of the fucking White House.
Exactly.
Like paparazzi.
Exactly.
Paparazzi would have their own fucking part of the White House because you gotta document all that shit. You understand? Like, there's no way they would fucking shoot a reality show in the White House.
Hell yeah.
That was it.
Kanye's first order of business is to fucking remix the national anthem and shit.
Yo. Oh my God! They would make fucking plastic surgery a part of like healthcare plans.
Exactly.
Like, what? They would call it fucking Kanye care. And the first thing you could get, they would give you a discount to change your teeth to diamonds and get fucking ass injections for free. Like, oh my God, there would be bums on the street with big titties and fat asses. Like, it would be crazy.
Oh man, that shit would be beautiful. Oh my God, that shit would be too funny. I would love for the fucking elections to keep getting even more ridiculous. You feel what I'm saying?
And I think it's gonna be, man. Because look, one thing I said to myself when Obama became president, I said that I think that's pretty much it for the seriousness of the office of presidency. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like once they allow black people in, like in this country, everything is always like kept far away from us and always looked at as something, you know, important and serious, right?
Right.
But whenever they allow black people to, or even colored people in general, to become a part of something, the respect level for that thing, whatever it is, that status symbol goes down. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And you know, it's interesting if you think about it. If the fact that Donald Trump became president after Barack Obama, it's almost like a diss to Barack Obama. You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's a straight up like yeah, exactly.
Like, yo, like Barack probably was like, seriously, this is who y'all put after me? This is who I gotta, this the next nigga I gotta train to be the fucking president?
Did you see any of the pictures from when Donald Trump went to the White House to meet with him?
Yeah. If you seen his face.
Did you see Barack's face when he was shaking his hand like, like this nigga, like this is the nigga that's coming after me, like
right.
For real?
Oh my God. I'm telling you, it's going to get crazy. It's going to get crazy. Watch. It's going to be next is going, you know, they see it's like, it's going to be just a whole bunch of weird shit. Like next they're going to make the age of who the president could be lower. They're going to be like, you know what? Let's just have a fucking teenager in the fucking White House. Why not? Like, why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ, this shit.
Well, you know, one thing that I saw that was kind of hot was that there are four new states. I know two of them was California and Maine,
right?
But there are four new states in which recreational marijuana in up to a certain amount,
right,
is actually legalized now. So
wow.
Niggas in those states, you know, start your dispensaries, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Start growing new strands of marijuana and shit and make your money, man. Because, yo, we have a Republican in the White House now. It's all about capitalism. You understand?
Right.
It's all about making that money. Like, all this crybaby shit, fuck it. Like, you know, all this, oh my God, I'm offended by what he just said. Nah, nigga, go get your money. Like, don't worry about none of that shit.
Exactly. and look, before we go on break, I'm gonna take a subscriber email real quick. All right. Yeah. So this one says, "Hey,
hold on 1 second, real quick. How do you become a subscriber that gets your questions answered on the show?"
Well, all you do is on any of the Mr. Lucario videos on YouTube, just click the link. You can even do it to this video. Click the link under the video, and then it's going to take you to the page where you can send your question. And remember, if you do a donation, it's guaranteed that your question is going to be answered. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that. You feel me? So that's how you could do it on any of the videos. Just click that link and, you know, make that happen. You feel me? So this one says, hey, Lucario, what's up? I met this girl, got her number, and we set up a date. But on the day of the date, she wrote me a flaky response. I wanted to punish her for this behavior, and I wrote -10 points in the message. Is this the way to go, or too cocky? Or should I just be nice and stop contacting her? I appreciate your work. All right. So this is the thing.
10 points to him for being creative with the scolding.
Right. Well, the thing is this, man. You know, there's a couple of schools of thought when it comes to this whole flaky thing, man. It's like, you know, my thing is usually for me personally, because, you know, I look at it as an abundance thing where it's like, you know, I'm constantly talking to different girls here and there. You know, you make that happen so that if a chick flakes or she, you know, does that type of stuff, it's kind of like, I just keep it moving. You feel what I'm saying? Because there's other girls that I can, you know, hit up. But let's say, you know, this girl, you know, you really, really are interested in hitting it or seeing her or whatever. Like if she flakes, you know, once, then you can just give her one more try. And then if she flakes after that, then you keep it moving. Right. But the thing that I wanted to say is, when it comes to this, what you don't want to do is you don't want to get into the mind state of thinking too much or making the flake too important. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so that's the thing where, cause then now it goes from you, sort of just brushing a flake off to actually thinking like, damn, what do I do now to get her after she did this thing? What do I do to really either, continue to make this happen? So now you're getting into a territory where a lot of your energy is focused on trying to react to, her flaking. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of looking at flaking as part of the game and just keeping it moving, and also not making it that big of a deal. Because now it's like when you're making it too much big of a deal on a subconscious level, you're making her way more important than she needs to be. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that you got to sort of understand about when you're dealing with chicks and they flake. Cause I know it's annoying. Like, you get a girl's number, y'all set something up, and then all of a sudden at the last minute, she's just like, oh, this and that. And that's the thing that you're never going to be able to avoid. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that shit is something that just, it's like, it happens consistently. No matter how good you are talking to women, no matter, how much women you talk to, there's always going to be chicks that flake. So if you do want to, see a girl or whatever like that, instead of, you don't have to say, oh, minus 10 points or whatever it is, this like that. But what you got to do is you have to look at the specific situation that happens when the flaking has happened. So for example, if you're supposed to meet a chick and let's say she texts you and says, hey, I'm sorry, I can't make it. Something came up. Can we reschedule for Sunday or whatever? You understand? That's one thing. And then versus another thing where, a chick texts you and she just says, hey, I'm sorry, I can't make it. And that's it. Because in one instance, she's trying to reschedule. In another instance, she's not trying to reschedule. You see what I'm saying? So then you sort of have to, see like, okay, well, I notice this girl's not trying to reschedule, so I'm going to charge that to the game. I notice this girl's trying to reschedule, so I'll give her one more chance. You see what I'm saying? So depending on how she comes at you, then that's how you treat it. You understand? Like I had a dude the other day who told me he set up a date with a girl and they were supposed to meet at this spot. And he didn't confirm to see if they were going to still meet up, but he just went there to meet her at the time. And she exactly. She never showed up. You feel what I'm saying? So, so he's asking me like, oh, should he text her again? I'm like, no, that's done. Like first of all, I was like, you should have confirmed, but I was like, the fact that she didn't even text you or anything and just didn't show up, that's just straight, done. Like no second chances, nothing. So again, it's sort of a case by case basis. So you have to sort of look at that and say, okay, what situation am I in? How is she responding to me? And then make your decision based off of how she's responding, as far as how she, if she's flaking, if you want to give her another chance or not. You understand what I'm saying? Because usually if a chick is like, she texts you, she says, oh, I'm sorry. And she's like, hey, can we do it this other day? Is it, like that sounds like a chick who actually still wants to make something happen. You understand? If you just have some chick who's sort of just like, is on some, oh, I forgot, or I'm sorry, or, like I had this one chick, I texted to confirm, this date, and I was like, hey, we still on for 8. And then she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it. And now she texts me at like maybe 6:30. I texted her at like probably 1:00 in the afternoon for 8:00. And then she texts me back at 6:30. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's saying she can't do it. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, you're done. So I was like, I'm not fucking with her again. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just little shit like that where you see how she's responding, because what you got to understand, at the end of the fucking day, if a chick is feeling you, if she's really, 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 really feeling you, chicks will fucking move mountains. They will stop oceans. They will fucking freeze time to try to get to see you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So, don't look too into the flaky bullshit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
another thing is confirming. Confirming is big.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Because even doing business, you're supposed to have a business meeting with somebody, with a client or somebody.
Right.
You got to confirm. Like, you got to highlight them that morning or, earlier that day and be like, yo, I just want to confirm our 1:00 meeting at such and such this afternoon or whatever it is.
Right.
Because, or if it's the first thing in the morning that you're meeting the person, you got to confirm the night before. Like,
right.
Like, no matter what it is, if you meeting a bitch or you meeting a business client, like, you got to confirm. So don't ever go to a place without confirming. Don't ever do that shit.
Exactly.
Like what you said the other dude did.
Right.
By
just showing up.
Right. And then just going to the spot. Like, I mean, unless you was going to go to the spot anyway.
Right.
Because if she doesn't come, but you was headed to like a party, like a day party or going to the club or to a bar anyway, at least if she don't show up, you can holler at other chicks. Like,
right.
So it is what it is. But if it's just a secluded place where you and that person is supposed to meet one-on-one, you really got to confirm. Like, Don't ever do that shit. Don't depend on these broads, B. Do not.
Right.
Do not depend on these broads to do what they say they're going to do. Like,
exactly.
Don't ever do that shit.
It's true. That shit is real true, man. Real fucking talk. Oh, man. But anyway, listen, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna be talking about how Donald Trump won by using game. Okay, you guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show. Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to pavionphoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at pavionphoto.com. That's Pavion photo.com. Pavionphoto.com. All right, we are back. We are back on the Bad Boy Show. Yeah, man. So we're going to be talking about how Donald Trump won by having game, by using game. You understand? And before we get into this, what I got to say is this, is that you have to understand what having game means. As I've talked about this before, but I'll explain it real quick again, is that when you have game, all you are doing is that you are, basically having some sort of skill and or strategy to get from point A to point B to, make whatever you want to make happen. You understand?
Right.
And you do it in a way to where it's going to benefit you. So you know how the steps you need to take to benefit you. Now, the thing I also want to say is that, even if Donald Trump didn't win the election, he basically still won. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because he got farther than anybody expected him to get. First of all, by being, the guy up there, and then now he gets the damn joints. You feel what I'm saying? So he got this shit popping, right? But more specifically, like how does Donald Trump, use game to actually, get this shit going on, right? Now, one of the things that Donald Trump did was that he was being different. You understand? He was different than any other candidate we've ever really seen. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what happens is most of the candidates, right? They do the whole political dance. You understand what I'm saying? They do the whole like politically correct phrases and talking points and all this other stuff that everybody's sort of used to and sort of goes along with it. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing was that Donald Trump, what he did was that he flipped that whole shit, and then he was just doing his thing and saying whatever the fuck he wanted to say. And what that did was it differentiated him from all the other like rhetoric from, all these other candidates and all the other stuff. Right now, the thing is, what made it really different is that Hillary was the total opposite of him, meaning, especially, when we talk about, with the political thing, is that everybody knows that Hillary to an extent, is full of shit. You understand what I'm saying? As far as the stuff she says, as far as, her just talking shit and everything, like you look at Hillary and you're like, okay, she's a politician, like whatever. You understand what I'm saying? When you see Donald Trump, you're like, damn, this guy, I feel like I can trust him because he just says whatever the fuck he wants. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So what this is like, literally, is like, it's almost like a metaphor for the nice guy and the bad boy. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
You get applause for that.
You know what I'm saying? For real, we gotta clap that shit up. Because Hillary was basically the nice guy. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's saying what you want her to, say. She's saying what she thinks you want to hear. And she's not really, you know what I'm saying, being honest. She's just saying this to get you to like her.
This bitch went on what? Was it Hot 97 or
Breakfast Club
105?
Yeah.
They told her she keep hot sauce in her purse. Like, really, bitch?
Right.
Really?
Exactly. It's like stupid shit. So it's like, you're looking at her like, come on, like, get the fuck out of here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know you just saying that because you want my vote. You just saying some bullshit, whatever, right?
like which one of you rich ass white people is gonna put hot sauce on caviar and shit?
Exactly.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? Now, another thing that Trump did that was really smart was that he played on people's emotions. You understand? And not even just any people. He played on white supremacist emotions. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So what he did, he was like, look, white supremacists, white people that, that hate these niggers and these, fucking Mexicans or whoever else it is that you hate. Just come out and be like me. Look, I can say whatever the fuck I want. And, and that's that. You feel what I'm saying? And also what happens is that we're in a very, PC society, a very feminized society right now where people are scared to say anything. You understand? Right. Because they're going to be labeled this, they're going to be labeled that, they're going to be ostracized and all this other stuff. So Donald Trump came through and was like, yo, listen, all you motherfuckers that's scared to say shit and scared to do shit, we're going to, we're not going to do that anymore. Like, you can say what the fuck you want to say and do what you want to do. So now you got all those white folks who, had to hold in their hatred and their whatever. That's like, yes, I want this guy to fucking, get shit popping, right? Now, this is the thing. This is very important. This goes sort of like to, it's sort of like an analogy when we talk about dealing with women, is that if you notice from objectively, when you look at everything objectively, what it seems like is that we were a society who was really progressive. We were a society that was like, like the racism is not that as bad as it was before. There's not that many racist white people. It's only a small group of white people who are racist, who are, and all the rest of us are cool. Like, yeah, Bob at the job is cool. And, this guy over here is cool. I never heard him say anything racist and yada, yada, yada. Right. But deep down inside, you understand what I'm saying? There was still those feelings and people really felt a certain way. So when it was time to vote, people were voting with how they really feel. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So this is the same way where you if you guys talk to women and you say that you always hear women say, you know what? I want a guy who's going to treat me nice and who's going to treat me with respect and who's going to be this way and that way. So now you fall for that nonsense. And then you end up, being the super nice guy, and then she ends up not fucking with you, and then she ends up fucking with some other guy who's shitting on her. You feel what I'm saying? So this is the same sort of thing with Donald Trump. Everybody's like, oh no, we're not racist. We're not about that. We're about equality for everybody and blah, 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 blah. But when it came time to fucking vote, you understand what I'm saying? You had all these people who voted for this nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how they really felt. That's how they really responded to, because he tapped into the shit that really made them move and get up and do something. You understand what I'm saying? Right. The same way when you tap into to what is going to make a woman really want to fuck with you as a man. You understand what I'm saying? You don't listen to that bullshit they talking about, because all that bullshit they talking about is just politically correct shit. Like, because you got to understand something. If you said to a woman, listen, be honest, let me know what turns you on, right? She's not going to say, you know what? I really sort of get turned on by a guy who fucks the shit out of me, slaps my ass, calls me a hoe in bed, and then doesn't call me for a week. Exactly. He doesn't call me for a week. And so I'm thinking and worrying about him and obsessing over him, right? She can't say that. You know what she's going to say when you say, what type of guy do you want? I want a guy who's going to treat me nice, who's going to treat me with respect, who's going to do it. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't understand what's really going on, you're going to get caught up in the bullshit. And this is what most of Americans got caught up in. They thought, oh, well, no one would ever vote for Donald Trump. He's a monster. How could he? You understand what I'm saying? Like, and if you notice, there's a lot of women who fucking voted for Donald Trump even after he said that.
That's what I'm about. Let me
go in.
I just want to say, you remember a couple of weeks ago when they were talking about this nigga talking about the locker room talk, grabbing bitches by the pussy and all this shit?
Right.
Do you remember when I said that most women want to be grabbed by the pussy, but they're not going to fucking say it?
Exactly.
Listen to me. They said that 54% of the women who voted for Donald fucking Trump. Do you understand me? 54%. That's over half.
Crazy. It's crazy.
Do you hear what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
But see, that's why the election of Donald Trump is like a pause. It's a fucking pause on all of that fucking feminist, politically correct, dumb shit, my nigga.
Right.
And like I said, I'm just a watcher because I didn't vote, and I don't care.
Right, me neither.
But I am glad because remember I was telling niggas too. I was like, yo, if Hillary's gonna become president, you gonna see this whole emasculation agenda go double, go triple. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where the country. That's the direction the country was going into. But the fact that 54% of the women that voted put Donald Trump in power, that shit needs to tell everybody listening something about the nature of females,
right?
And how they really fuck with real niggas, B.
Mm-hmm. Real
Deep
talk.
Down.
Real talk.
On the surface, they'll be like, "Oh my God, Donald Trump, he's such a monster. He's a chauvinist pig, and he's terrible." But how 54% of y'all voted for the nigga though?
Exactly.
How?
Exactly.
How?
Because
my niggas, yo, go to www.badboymembership.com and sign up because this is when it's gonna get real, and this is when your mouthpiece gotta be crispy, my niggas.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Link yourself with game because the new president is ushering a new era where men have a chance to actually come back to the fucking forefront. Where we don't have to worry about these chicks trying to tell us what to say and how to act and all this shit. The bad boy membership is gonna be even more effective now, so y'all niggas need to get on board and stop playing.
And it's interesting, like, because like the people who when Trump was campaigning and doing his stuff and they had all these rallies and niggas was getting punched in the face and all this other craziness was happening. Cause see, this is the thing. I don't like Donald Trump's, fucking, methods and the shit he be talking about sometimes. Cause I'm like, nigga, stop. You feel me? But the thing is, I respect the hustle. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, speaking of which, real quick, I just want to let you know that during the election tallies and shit, they explained that Donald Trump did more campaigning than Hillary did. Keep that in mind. He visited way more states and counties, like literally on paper. He did more numbers. He did more numbers than Hillary did. All those little minuscule, states and towns and shit.
Right.
Donald Trump visited those states and held rallies, and there were a lot of states that her campaign managers told her to visit, and she didn't do it.
See.
She did not do it.
That's that work.
And remember during the whole shit. Remember she had that Remember she had that little bout of they called it pneumonia, and she fainted and all that shit.
Right.
Like it's fucking known that women are more prone to sickness and all of this dumb shit because they're walking around with an open wound in between their legs, and that's just a fact. You understand what I'm saying? So understanding the strength of a man and the hustle of a man.
Right.
It's a whole different ball game. So I just wanted to put that out there. Hustle wise and strategy wise, Donald Trump put in work.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because look, I'm gonna show you right now how fucking on a marketing hustle aspect he made it happen. You understand? And this is another thing.
Right.
What was Donald Trump's slogan? It was make
America great again.
Right. What was Hillary's slogan?
I don't even know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly my point. You see what I'm saying? That's what we talk about with game, my dude. That's what I'm. See, you got to understand, dude. Like, that's the part that people don't understand. It's stuff that happens that sometimes you won't even realize that it's happening, but it's happening. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And so if you don't understand game, you miss the shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You miss that. And that's the thing, like, and that's the thing where, let's say if you're talking to a chick, right? Sometimes like, cause I remember I saw this video with this dude, I forgot his name. It was some, one of those, pickup artist dudes or whatever, but he was explaining how he was like, you know, he was doing his demonstration where he was sitting on a couch, right? And there was a girl next to him, right? And so there is him, the girl, and another dude next to the girl. So the girl is in between him and the other guy, right? So he's talking to her, right? And they're just talking and they're having a conversation. And then the guy next to her is talking to her also. So they're both talking to her, right? Now, he said, at the, as they're, after they were having a little conversation, it was like a 2-3 minute conversation, right? He said to the audience, he was like, who do you think she's going to most likely end up getting with, by the end of the night, right? So the dudes was like, oh, I don't know, maybe you, maybe him, blah, 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 right? So then what happened was he was filming the whole thing or whatever. And then he showed, he flipped the camera around to show what was going on behind the couch. So while him and the guy was talking, right? The other guy was just talking to her, right? But what he was doing was he had his hand, like, when you spread your arms out, like you're sort of leaning back on the couch. He had his arms out, but he was rubbing her back the whole time while they were talking. You understand what I'm saying? So he was basically, getting her in that zone while they're talking, but nobody knew what was happening. You understand what I'm saying? So he's doing all of that behind the scenes to get her feeling it. Cause if she didn't like it, she would have told him to stop or, moved away, but she was letting it happen, which is an indicator that she's into it. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So then what happens is the other guy that's sitting there, he's not gonna realize why she's gonna end up going with him. But the reason why it's happening is because he was doing that little touchy thing behind her while they're all talking, but he didn't notice it and nobody else noticed it. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's little things like that, it's part of the game where, things are going down and things are happening, but you're not really, seeing it. You're not really, noticing it unless you actually step back and really see everything that's happening or see, or try to take notice to what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? This is why sometimes you'll be with a chick and you think everything is going well and then all of a sudden she don't really fuck with you. And then it's like, there's probably something you did to fuck that situation up, but you didn't notice. You feel what I'm saying? Or sometimes there's times where you are chilling and you're doing something and you don't even realize you did it. And that's the thing that got the girl feeling you. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And so by not noticing it, by not really knowing it, you don't really know how to replicate that in other situations. You feel what I'm saying? So this is why the game is so important. You feel what I mean? But so like the thing with Donald Trump is that he was doing so many different things simultaneously. The fact that he was not even a politician, he played off of that. He said, listen, all these other politicians is talking all that bullshit. I'm going to be the real guy who's not, bought and paid for, who's going to try to change this shit from all the fuckery that's going on. You understand what I'm saying? Because what he also did was he played off of the fact that Barack Obama was in office and that there was a lot of people who secretly didn't like Obama for the fact that he was black. You feel what I'm saying? And so he was like, look, we're going to make this country great again by putting the white man back in this situation. And I'm going to do all the things I need to do. And I'm not going to be like these other motherfuckers. So all the people who was tired of the bullshit, they're like, yeah, let's get this motherfucker and let's try to make this shit happen. You feel what I mean? Right. So it's one of those things.
You know what? I wouldn't be, notice they never find out who released that tape of him talking about grabbing bitches' pussies and shit.
Right, right.
Looking back at it now, I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one that released the shit or his campaign manager released the shit.
I know, right? I wouldn't be surprised either.
Let me tell you one thing that you like. A part of the game, that he could have figured out is that these social justice warriors and these feminist chicks who love to get offended by everything.
Right.
When you say something that would offend them, it makes them talk about you more.
Right, exactly.
When you act like a nice person or act like a nice guy or whatever you want to talk about, bitches will forget you.
Exactly.
You bring them flowers and you hold the door and you do all of that regular shit, that regular nice guy shit, they will forget you, son. But the dude that said something that pissed them off or said something disrespectful or, you know, tried to touch them and they was like, "Ooh, get off of me, don't touch me." They're gonna be talking about you next week because they're gonna be like, "Yeah, I was at the club and this dude, he came up and he tried to touch me on my ass." That's the dude they remember. They don't remember the guy that bought them a drink.
Right. Because, yo, Miles, you remember this was years ago when we met those two chicks and we tried to take them back to the spot and yo, we got to tell them that story. So we meet these two chicks. We was like, yo, they was from out of town. So they was only here for a little while or whatever. So we told him, he's like, yo, we gonna, you know, let's get together. So me and Miles, we meet up with them in the city. We went to go get something to eat real quick. And then we brought them back to the crib. Right. So these chicks ain't want to come in the crib. They were still in the car. And so Miles is like, yo, y'all can't just stay in my car by yourself. So if y'all gonna, you know, stay here, y'all got to stand outside the car. You feel me? So me and Miles go back up in the crib. And they just still standing outside because they ain't want to come in the crib. You feel me? So Miles is like, yo, tell them chicks to bounce if they ain't trying to come in. You feel me? So, and the thing is, they don't really know around the area. They had to, like, you know, take a train back or whatever. So I went downstairs and I said, listen, if y'all ain't gonna come up, y'all can just, you know, bounce, like, you know, hit the road. You feel me? So they were so fucking mad at us, right, for doing that. That these chicks, they left, and then they must have called us back like maybe, 4 or 5 times on the phone?
Yo, it was crazy. They was texting niggas.
Right.
They was texting niggas days later like, yo, you guys are the worst.
Right.
You guys are horrible. Oh, you know, that's why I know you guys don't get any chicks.
Right. and that's the thing, because you notice, if we was just on some gentlemanly shit, and just took them out, spend a whole bunch of money and kiss their ass and do all this other shit, they'd have been like, oh, thanks. And then that would have been it. And they would have went on their way and it would have been nothing. Right. Now, the fact is they kept calling us after we told them to get the fuck out of here. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if we wanted to, we could have been on some shit like, yo, mom, sorry, you know, let me make it up to you. Come through to the spot.
We was just playing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Let me take you out to dinner.
Exactly.
You know.
And then that's how the shit end up happening. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know,
crazy.
That's how the game, but again, that's understanding female nature. That's understanding the game. That's understanding what you could do to, you know, in situations to, you know, make things happen. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a combination of all those things. You feel what I mean? And the thing is that if you pay attention closely and you step back and look at things from a bird's eye view, you'll start to see more and more things will start to become clear to you. Because the thing is, at first I thought that Hillary was going to win because I thought they were trying to usher in the whole, you know, feminine age, the feminist age. You know what I'm saying? But I think these fucking niggas in the White House was like, I don't know about, you know, having a woman, you know, in this position. It was like, because the powers that be, they saw what happened when they started implementing all this feminist shit, and they was like, yo, these chicks is running wild with this shit. So it was like, if we put a woman in the White House, it's gonna be fucking nuts out this bitch. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so they was probably like, fuck that. Oh my goodness. Even the women, but this is the funny part, like you said. All these women voted for fucking Trump. You would think that all these women would vote for Hillary, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn.
And think about it. There was I don't know the percentage, but there was a lot of people that didn't vote in this election.
Oh yeah. It was a lot. Understand? It was a lot. Right.
And you got to ask yourself, you got to say to yourself, like, okay, well, there was a chance for there to be a female president. So you would think every damn woman out there would be like, fuck it. Like, let's go vote.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just off the simple fact that they trying to, like you said, usher in the feminist era and bring a fucking female president in.
Right. But see,
there was a great percentage that said, fuck it. Like, I don't like Hillary.
Right.
You understand?
Oh, shit. It's so crazy.
I'm telling y'all, like, that's why we always say doing the whole nice guy joint is not the move. You got to be exactly yourself.
Pretty much.
Be yourself, because look, I watched there was a clip on World Star, and they were showing you how, like, all of these different like news sources and those, like the Daily Show and those shows, those like, comedy news shows and shit.
Right.
They showed you how they were all laughing at Trump, son.
Right,
like,
right.
Even I was laughing at Trump. Like, who's this nigga? Like, why do you think he could be president? And why would he think that they would ever elect him? Like, I felt that way. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm a nigga that straight up believes in what he was doing as far as being himself. Because, I said that on the show. Like, I'm not necessarily a Trump supporter, but I believe in his realness. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
believe in, like, the fact that he says what he feels. And he might have to apologize for it later or whatever, but the fact that he took a chance and said something that he felt straight out without any regard, that shit is real to me.
Right.
And the nigga actually won. And so the fact of the matter is, you really gotta be yourself. Like, it's not about trying to please people. It's about coming with the truth of who you are. That's why we always say that shit, the truth is inside you. Like, the shit is real, son.
Right.
Because if you're not being yourself, that means you're being somebody else, or you're being somebody that other people want you to be. And people, at the end of the day, people can see through that shit. Right?
Exactly. And that's what people are tired of.
That's a part of the reason why. That's a big part of the reason why Trump won this fucking election. Because Hillary is on record saying that, as a politician, you need to have a public persona and a private persona.
Right.
A political persona and a personal persona. Meaning she's two different fucking people from day to day.
Exactly.
But Trump, even though he says stupid shit and half the time he can't even answer a question straight out, it's like he's actually being honest. He's actually being, like, in some capacity, there's a honesty and a truth to his dumb shit.
Right, exactly. Real talk.
Even though it's dumb shit, it's like, well, damn, at least the nigga seems authentic even though he's saying dumb shit.
Right. And that's the thing that, and especially when we talk about dealing with women, that's what women gravitate to. This is why you see a chick, dudes been racking their brain for years. Like, I don't understand how come these girls always get with these idiots and these guys who are on some bullshit. It's because they're fucking being themselves. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they're doing what the fuck they want to do. You feel what I mean? And that's what people gravitate to, because a lot of times, all these fucking fake motherfuckers, especially in politics, you feel me? It's like people they're annoyed with the shit. You feel me? It's crazy.
Right. Let me tell you something real quick. Like, I remember I had an OG nigga, son. I had an OG nigga. Like, he was like a dude. He was a dude that I knew in, like, high school, but he was older than me. He was like a senior while I was a sophomore.
Right.
And this nigga, he was just one of them cool ass niggas who everybody was cool with. You know those type of dudes?
Right.
Like, just cool. Like, and he was always around a bad bitch. Like, whether she was his friend or he was fucking with her, it didn't matter. But he was always around a bad bitch.
Right.
So I used to, like, try to, pick up games from him and shit and be like, yo, like, what do you say to these girls? Like, why, you always with a hot chick, you always fucking with girls and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I said to him, what do you say? He's like, what do you say? He's like, nigga, say what the fuck you want to say. Like, you can say anything. He's like, girls ain't complicated like that.
Right,
he said, you can literally say anything. He said one time, and I never forgot this shit. He said one time he picked up a girl by talking about bacon and cheese. The nigga said he straight up went up to the girl and was like, yo, I got some bacon and cheese if you want to roll.
Right.
And he said the bitch just started laughing, and then they went somewhere to go have lunch after that. And then I think he said he banged her like 2 or 3 days later. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. I mean,
I was like, and I never forgot this shit. The nigga, I said, bacon and cheese? Like, really? The nigga was like, yeah, my nigga, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I ain't scared of these girls. I say what the fuck I want.
Right.
And then that type of shit reminds me of Donald Trump. Like, Donald Trump is like, yo, I would punch him in his face. And if any of you guys get sued, don't worry about it. I'll pay for your lawyer fees.
Right. Like
that's the type of shit that Trump is saying. And people go crazy for that shit because that sounds like real shit. That don't sound like politician shit. You
right,
understand?
exactly.
That sounds like real nigga shit. And it's like, yo, I'm gonna vote for that dude because he's real. He's crazy, but he's real. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's how you get people to actually listen to you more and pay attention to you and then actually take you seriously to a certain extent, because now they're like, okay, he's not just blowing smoke up my ass because he's saying the shit he says and he doesn't need to say those things. He could just, play the game like everybody else is trying to play the game on that fake shit. You feel what I'm saying? But he's not. You feel what I mean? So that's the thing right there, So it's crazy out here, man. But we'll see how shit turns out. We'll see how it goes down, because the thing is this, like I was saying earlier, even if he didn't win, he won, because the thing is, they said Hillary got the popular vote. So they said technically more people voted for her, but the electoral college and all that other shit was like, nah, we fucking with Trump. You understand? And to me, Trump don't even look like he was expecting to win. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like he was just trying to do this shit to prove a point. Like, look, I could get this far, and he got that far. And then he's probably like, oh shit, they actually want me to do this fucking job. This is crazy. Like Trump was just trying to hit it and quit it. You understand? Now he got a fucking bitch attached to him. You feel what I'm saying? Like America's like, nah, nigga, we need to have a relationship with you for 4 years, nigga. He's like, shit, man. I was just trying to get my dick wet, man. Damn. Like, it's like, God damn it.
I was just trying to grab the pussy real quick. And
Exactly.
Keep it moving, but
Exactly.
now
So
bitch got attached. You know
exactly. It's true. Oh man, that shit crazy. But we'll see what goes down. But anyway, anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Yo, man, like I said, man, we got a real nigga in the White House. We got a bad boy in the White House.
All right.
There has never been a better time for y'all dudes to sign up for the Bad Boy membership, because
exactly.
It's about to be on, son. We're gonna be grabbing pussies and fucking bad bitches for the next 4 years. You feel me? So go to www.badboymembership.com. Go to www.undeniablegame.com. And sign up, man, and at least throw your email in there so you could be a subscriber, so you could get all the new YouTube videos. Go to the YouTube Lucario fan YouTube page,
right?
And hit the button so y'all can get notifications every time y'all get on. Every time there's a new video, you get notifications. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, just become a part of the movement, man, for real.
Exactly. All right, y'all, we are out of here, and we will see you guys next time. Remember, the truth is inside you. We are gone. All right, peace.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.